30 years ago, I poured my life SAVYNGS into 15 acres of untouched countryside just beyond Willow County. Back then it was endless hills and open skies. I built my ranch house by hand, perched above a natural spring with the sweetest water you'll ever taste. After years working livestock across the Midwest, I knew exactly what I wanted when I finally had my own land: American bison, those majestic creatures nearly erased from these plains. I started with 3 calves and grew a small conservation herd. My prize bull, Titan, born right here, weighs 2,000 pounds, his eyes carrying the wisdom of the land. For nearly 2 decades, life was perfect: sunrise wake-ups, tending my bison, and the quiet freedom of my acres. No neighbors, no complaints, just me, my animals, and my retirement dream earned through sweat. Then the developers came. They carved up the land next to mine into Green Haven, a subdivision of mansions on tiny lots. City folks moved in, surviving country life, but expecting suburban perks. They formed an HOA, fussing over mailbox heights and shutter colors. I ignored them. Land wasn't part of their deal. But trouble brewed when Evelyn Harper, fresh from Boston, became HOA president. She dripped wealth and entitlement, the kind who'd never worked land but lectured me like she knew better. Our first meeting was at my doorstep, her Lexus gleaming against my weathered ranch. "Mr. Caldwell," she said, voice syrupy, "your rustic setup is charming, but have you considered how it impacts our property values? Our landscapers could help." I watched her leave, baffled that some see land only as dollar signs. Soon, letters arrived. The first griped about my fence clashing with their aesthetic. I called their office, explaining my property was separate. The secretary seemed apologetic, but weeks later, another letter came, citing a repealed ordinance about agricultural use, signed by Evelyn. I attended an HOA meeting to clear things up, walking into their fancy clubhouse like I'd stepped into another world. Evelyn's PowerPoint showed my bison pen circled in red, labeled community hazard. "These animals are dangerous," she declared. I corrected her: conservation bison, private land, but she smirked, dismissing me. After, Tom Bradley, a neighbor, warned me, "Evelyn's husband golfs with the county commissioner. They're digging into zoning to push you out." Meeting minutes left in my mailbox confirmed it: nuisance laws, watershed rules, even eminent domain threats. By summer, I'd nearly forgotten the drama when their newsletter announced a summer gala on my back pasture. Not near Eichnet. Fine print thanked the county for temporary use of my land. A certified letter followed, claiming my pasture was requisitioned under a dubious ordinance. My lawyer, Jack Larson, called it fraud and sent a cease and desist. No reply. They sold tickets, hyping authentic ranch vibes and bison burgers. I filed a county complaint, but the clerk admitted nothing would happen before the July 15th event. Evelyn's husband's golf buddy, Commissioner Hayes, insured it. My "no trespassing" signs were replaced with event arrows. Days before, I woke to diesel engines workers unloading gear on my road. Evelyn directed them like a general. "This is private property," I roared. The foreman shrugged, "Talk to the lady." I fought back. I installed steel security gates, posted cameras, and waited. On event day, I locked the gates, halting their plans. Evelyn tried sneaking through an easement, but my trail cams caught her. I called the sheriff, and she was cited for trespassing and illegal digging. Her HOA reigned crumbled. She was ousted as president, and the community turned on her. My gate stood as defiance, my bison grazed unbothered, and my ranch became a symbol of resilience. But the real showdown came that day. Evelyn, barking orders, brushed off my protests. "This is for the community's good," she sneered, flaunting county approval while mocking my legal rights. She bragged about a Chicago chef and the lieutenant governor attending, serving bison burgers beside my herd's pasture. Disgusted, I warned, "This is illegal." She scoffed, hinting Sheriff Baxter, whose campaign her community funded, wouldn't help. Workers had moved my fence 10 feet inward, redrawing my land. That night, over beers with my ranch hand, Mike Turner, a Vietnam vet, we planned. Leave Wying meant surrender, the push for more. We mapped a path for my herd through their setup, ensuring no one got hurt, just a lesson in boundaries. At dawn, Tom tipped me off. 300 guests, officials, even a reporter, with Evelyn calling it her legacy. She'd hired bouncers to handle me. Saturday arrived, clear and warm. Luxury cars lined my road, guests in designer clothes snapping selfies with my bison, unaware they'd eat their kin. Evelyn, in a pricey hat, schmoozed with officials. At 11 a.m., she took the stage, preaching shared treasure. I stepped up. "This is private property," I declared. "You're trespassing. Leave now." Evelyn hissed, "Get off my stage," her bouncers inching closer. I nodded to Mike, who opened the eastern fence, then the western, creating a corridor through their event. Minutes passed, champagne flowed, Vivaldi played. Then Titan crested the hill, 2,000 pounds of majesty, followed by 12 bison. A guest gasped, "Are those buffalo?" Murmurs grew. Evelyn froze mid-speech as Titan bellowed, shaking the air. "Security!" she shrieked, but her bouncers balked. "I ain't wrestling buffalo." The chef fled, abandoning bison meat. Titan sniffed it, drawn to the scent, and the crowd panicked, scattering. The herd sampled buffet tables, trampling china, savoring salads. Evelyn screamed of sabotage, but Titan calmly approached her stage. She fled, mud-streaked, as her husband tripped into the spring. From my porch, I watched. Bison weren't wild, just being themselves, reclaiming their space amid discarded handbags. Sheriff Baxter arrived 20 minutes later. Evelyn demanded my arrest, but he eyed Titan grazing calmly. "Looks tame to me," he said. "This is Mr. Caldwell's land." Tom confessed the HOA's liaison permit existed. A retired judge exposed their forged stamp. The commissioner admitted no approval was granted. "You're trespassing," Baxter told Evelyn. "Leave or face charges." She raged about her husband's connections but left. That night, the HOA ousted her. I got an apology, damages paid, and my fence restored. A magazine ran Last Stand at Caldwell Ranch, slamming developments erasing rural life. It went viral, spotlighting similar fights. Evelyn and her husband sold their home and fled to Boston. The new HOA invited me to guide a heritage project honoring our roots. I wake with the sun, tend my herd, and smile. Titan still perks up at barbecue smells, maybe recalling the day he showed who truly owns this land. Let them build gates or throw galasme pastures where freedom lives.